Rust will never be the same. Now, scrap is practically useless because of new research mechanics. Monuments release a huge amount of radiation when someone loots a keycard room. Blueprints will be deleted every month on all servers. SAM sites can be bypassed with flares, and a lot more controversial things that will make the game even more unbalanced. I intentionally choose not to publish this video before the update, so that I could test all the new game features myself and see what other players thought of them. And I want to say this right away. I'm not happy with this new update. But before we dive deeper, don't forget to hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel and check out today's sponsor. Rust Clash is the only place you need to go if you want to dive into case battles. You can climb 3 free cases by using code STELIC or clicking the link in the first comment. Rust Clash also has a lot of new game modes like Tiles or Crash for you to test your luck. They have many deposit methods, including crypto, cards and skins, and instant withdrawals with a store full of skins or any crypto. Don't forget about the free reign feature, which gives you random drops every 30 minutes, so you can get even more rewards. Climb your 3 free cases right now by clicking the link in the first comment, or go to rustclash.com and use code STELIC. Please remember, loot boxes sites can be addictive, so make sure you're over 18 and only spend money you can afford to lose. Good luck! Let's start with the most important and massive change, affecting scrap. The developers have changed workbenches, so now you don't need any scrap to craft the first, second or third workbench. Now all you need is metal, high wall and blueprint fragments. Also, the research costs are very different now. Common items are 15 scrap, uncommon items are 30, rare items are 60, and very rare items are 120 scrap. If that wasn't enough, workbench taxes were removed from the second and third workbenches, which also reduced the research cost of all items. Meaning that clans will now raid everyone with rockets not 6 hours after the global wipe as it was before, but just 3 hours after. Here's a simple example. Before the update, you had to spend 4,545 scrap to research all items on the first workbench. It's almost a full row of scrap. Now you only need 2,205 scrap, half as much. By the way, the revolver now costs only 30 scrap, and a double barrel with a satchel costs 60 scrap. Before the update, you had to spend 5,520 scrap to research all items on the engineering workbench. Now it costs only 2,655 scrap. You could have researched all items on the second workbench for 10,560 scrap. Now it costs only 3,929 scrap. Just think about it, 10k scrap before and 4k scrap now. The semi-automatic rifle and Thompson deserve some special attention, since now they only cost 60 scrap to research. Once again, researching the double barrel costs the same 60 scrap as the Thompson. In my opinion, that's just stupid. For example, the rocket launcher used to cost 500 scrap, and now it costs only 120 scrap. That's crazy. And of course, the third workbench. Before the update, you had to spend 7,200 scrap to research all items here. Now it costs only 1,620 scrap. That's more than 3 times less than it was. By the way, there haven't been any complications or changes in scrap collection at this time, if we're talking about trash piles on the road or in the ocean. At first glance, everything looks fine. The cost of researching has been reduced, so you don't need to spend a lot of time farming components and scrap. But this only works for clans, large and medium-sized groups, because even a group of 3 people would find it very difficult to collect 5 advanced blueprint fragments to craft a third workbench. And there is no point even talking about solo or duo players. For most of them, survival ends at the second workbench, because the game is too unbalanced at the moment, and it's almost impossible for them to craft a third workbench. And I've got a couple of ideas about why the developers made this decision. The first one isn't very good. After failing twice to create a hardcore mode, the developers decided to give up on it and change everything related to hardcore in the main game. It seems that the developers are digging themselves deeper and deeper with these balance updates, because while they think they are creating balance, they are actually creating imbalance. Now, with new blueprints and cheap research, A clan player will have a third workbench in just 4, maybe 5 hours of play and research it completely, while solo and duo players won't even have enough blueprints for a second workbench. This is total nonsense. Again, I want to remind you that this game should be about survival in the first place. But they turn it into some kind of battlefield, where people are running around with revolvers just an hour after the global wipe. You can literally craft everything in the first hours of the wipe. But then, what's the point of playing? Rust was always a game about progression and the value of resources, but now none of that exists. Most players, myself included, loved Rust precisely because of the chaos in the early days of the wipe, when no one had weapons, everyone ran around with bows and nail guns and slowly, gradually improved their weapons and equipment. Now you can forget about it. However, I have a second explanation for these changes. I'm guessing this is just the start of the global changes, and soon we'll see the old XP system combined with new workbenches, blueprints and scrap. Maybe this XP system will be slightly redesigned, but I think this is the only way to at least minimally balance clans, small groups and solo players. For those of you who don't know or have forgotten what the XP system is, here's a quick explanation. The XP system was a game mechanic for experimental Rust. The goal was to bring a complicated experience and skill system into the game. This changed how players unlocked items and moved through the different stages of the game. This experience system consisted of 2 elements, level and XP. There existed several ways to earn XP, for example fishing, chopping trees or mining rocks, crafting items, finding crates, smashing barrels, hunting, guiding fish and other activities. And then you have a level. To craft a specific item, you need to reach the level at which you can craft it. For example, to craft a bow, you need to reach level 7. To reach this level, you need XP, which you can earn simply by playing, farming barrels, stones and trees. So using the XP system, players won't be able to craft an AK in the first few hours after the wipe, because it's impossible. AK will only be available at level 30, and it will take at least 15 hours to reach that level. If you combine this XP system with the current workbenches, scrap and researching system, then the game will become more balanced. Clans won't be able to craft AKs just 4 hours after the wipe, making it much easier for solo players and small groups. Plus, it will make the game more logical and bring back progression. What do you think about this? Write your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really interested in your opinion, because I think now is the right time to add back the XP system to make the survival game work again. Now let's talk about other updates. The second thing I don't understand at all is a new radiation that appears on all monuments 20 minutes after someone has looted the keycard room. Again, this just makes the game easier for medium and large groups, and it makes it impossible for solo players to compete with them. Now, other players don't have to fear nakeds with double barrels. But what's even crazier is that this radiation is so strong that even a hazmat suit won't help you. This means you can forget about monuments, because once someone has been in the keycard room, it's impossible to get anywhere near the monuments. And to be honest, I don't understand the logic behind this change at all. For example, we have the Sever Branch monument with 2 recyclers, one at the top and the other in the tunnels. What if I want to recycle components? So if someone was there before me, I won't be able to use either of these recyclers because of the radiation. And the same applies to other monuments as well. To be honest, I can't say what I hate most: new research mechanics or new radiation on monuments. With this change, monuments will become even more dead, because no one will be able to recycle components or even just be there. In my opinion, this was a really dumb change that needs to be removed immediately. Now let's talk about copters and flares. I think it's a great idea, but it hasn't been fully executed. For some reason, these flares don't work with SAM sites on the launch side, but this could be a great feature for all pilots in Rust. So it would be really great if they change that in the future. As for other minor updates, I don't even have anything to say. Yes, they added several cameras for some monuments and cargo ship. Yes, they added an easier loot sorting system for large boxes. Yes, they added the ability to heal a horse with a syringer. And many more minor changes that you can learn about in the official dev blog on the Facepunch website. but we've already talked about the most important things. So write in the comments below what you think about this update in general. Because in my opinion, this is the worst update in the last few years. And the only way to fix it is to add the XP system back. But in any case, thanks for your attention. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, in today's video, I'm gonna show you 101 tips and tricks to instantly improve at Rust. Some of these tips I've learned in my experience, but most of them come from other channels.